So what if I told you that your saving and investing journey did not have to end just because you reached $5,000 in your savings account? That is the truth. And, you know, after the $5,000 mark, the next milestone for people is usually that coveted $10,000 mark in their savings accounts. And this is with good reason, because once you reach $10,000 saved, things start to really look different for you and your finances. The first difference being that you have probably reached around a couple to a few months of expenses saved in your savings account, which isn't quite FU money status, but it does give you some room to breathe and make decisions that you might not necessarily make had you not saved that much in your bank. At this time, you've also built up a pretty strong foundation of savings habits, which means that you at this point are getting to the point where you no longer feel a longing to consume the way that some of your acquaintances might. And so you might notice some differences between you and your acquaintances that may not have been there before you reached this part in your journey. And lastly, you may be yearning for more in terms of learning and finding ways to make your money grow faster, because you don't want to stagnate or take another few years in order to reach just 20, but you want to make it proliferate in a way to where your money can start working for you and against inflation. So this may look like finding ways to invest your money, finding ways to make it grow, joining groups that talk about investing and stuff like that. That may be all ways in which you're trying to learn because you've reached sort of this threshold with saving money and you're ready for that next step. So what comes after this? Here are a few things that I did. Two key things that I did once I reached $10,000 saved and I wanted to take my investing and savings journey to the next step. So what did I do in order to bring my money to the next level? There were a few things. Along with the mindset shift and kind of changing my environment in order to accumulate more money, right? So changing my job in order to get more money, as well as finding ways to diversify my income streams using things like making money from Pinterest back in 2022, back when they used to actually pay you to post pins. Aside from those two things, there were a few behavioral shifts that I had, as well as a few just savings changes that I did. So not only did I start investing my money, but I diversified my investments. And, you know, diversifying your investments can look like investing in stocks as well as ETFs and index funds. It could also look like things such as branching out into real estate, which is kind of what I did, but not in the way that you might expect, because a lot of people talk about their real estate portfolios in the sense that they have commercial buildings or they have apartments that they can rent out to other people or Airbnb out. But mine was a little bit different. The difference came from the investment channel that I used. For people like me who do not like the idea of necessarily managing real estate, brick and mortar real estate, I ended up branching out into something called Fundrise, which is an investment channel that you can use in order to invest into real estate. And basically what you do is you pick something that you think resonates with you, and there's a time frame that comes with that investment. Some real estate that is commercial, as well as some that are just, you know, living, some apartment complexes. And what you do is you put your money into it, and it's almost like a CD in that you won't be able to access that money until a certain time. And on every single fund, they give you a year that you will be able to get that money back. And depending on how the market does, how real estate does, when you get that money back, you'll get also the interest that comes with it. Or if the market was down for real estate, it'll be less, right? The idea is that it's kind of a delayed gratification type of investment vehicle where you won't be able to get your money out right away. And, you know, if you do delay that gratification, you might get lucky or it might pay off and you'll have a big pot of cash by the time your investment actualizes. Now, I didn't always feel secure in this type of investment. And because of that, I was afraid when investing this way. And so I made sure to have my Fundrise investments be a lot less than, say, your stocks or your ETFs. So I always made sure that my stocks or ETFs were about 70% of my portfolio, while my fund rise investments stayed at around 30. The second thing that I did is that I forewent saving in my traditional savings account. Once I hit 10K, I only invested my money, whether that was stocks or fund rise, ETFs, stuff like that, because at the time I felt less risk. I was young and the job market was a lot more stable than it is in 2025. And so I took all of my extra money that I made and I put it straight into the stock market. I didn't put anything else in my savings account once I hit 10K for about a year because I didn't feel like I needed a bigger nest egg until closer to 2025. The beauty in foregoing saving in your traditional savings account once you hit that threshold number is, for me, because it was during 2020, we saw a huge gain in the stock market over a short period of time. And I had already been investing for about 4-ish years before then. And so because of that, it was able to help me grow my net worth really, really fast while I was also paying off student loans. So it was kind of a unicorn situation. But once I reached my threshold number in savings again, which is 50K, because I want to get to a year of saved expenses so that I can be work optional, right? So we're almost there. But once I reach that, I'm not going to put another penny into my traditional savings account for a long time. I'm not going to do it for a long time because investing all of what you earn into the stock market is such a life hack, and it's something that, isn't always possible, right, to the everyday person, me included. So if you do get the chance to take advantage of that and to sit on 10K while you invest everything else for an extended period of time, take advantage of that. Definitely be sure to do that, and you will thank yourself later. So those are the things that I did once I reached 10K. And those are some things to think about once you guys reach 10K. Once you reach $5,000 saved, you do not have to stop there. Once you reach $10,000 saved, you do not have to stop there. You don't have to stop at just saving in your savings account either. You don't have to miss out on exponential growth of your money, especially in this economy. People are saying that the economy is not that bad. I don't care. I don't believe it. I think it's actually pretty bad, especially in my industry. So if you are in a position like me where, things are a little bit scary in terms of your industry and you want to get ahead of that, these are some things to think about. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. If you've reached 10K, how did you do it and how long did it take you? So how long did it take you guys? And I would love to know that. When I was really, really serious about saving 10K, I took about a year. I was making nowhere near the money that I needed in order to get 10K in a fast period of time. And I made a whole video about that on my channel. So be sure to check that out. Some of the things that I did to reach 10K, some of the things that I avoided versus some of the things that I did in terms of saving and investing. Be sure to check out that video if you haven't already. And let me know in the comments how you guys are doing in terms of your savings and if you're ready to make that step into the world of investing. And I will see you in my next video.